2025, and it's so good to see a packed house in here. I want to welcome those that are online. So with that, we will call this meeting to order, and I'll turn it over to you, Madam Superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Next item on the agenda is invocation, and Reverend Scott Mathis will lead us in that, and then it'll be Pledge of Allegiance by Deputy Tony Sirianni. And if I could invite everyone to stand and remain standing through the pledge.
Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Dear Lord, we're just so thankful to be here this evening, to be a part of this wonderful school system, God. And I just want to pray for peace and unity as we go through this meeting this evening, God. And we're all here for our students. And as I look out, it's awesome to see how many are here tonight. And we're just so excited to recognize them, and just so thankful to be a part of all these wonderful students' lives, God. And we just continue to pray for protection for our teachers and all of our students, God, and our school system. And we pray for each board member, God. And I know you have them here for a reason. And just pray that you'll give them the guidance and the wisdom in all the decisions that they make. And we just thank you so much for Jesus, our Lord and Savior, in whose name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Please remain standing while Deputy Sirianni comes forward for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is to approve the consent agenda. And with that, just for the public, if Ms. Collis will open the minutes, please, and scroll through. And this is just a reminder to the public that all this information is posted publicly online. You can get to it on our website via Assembly. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Board, we have a recommendation. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor by raised hand. It is unanimous.
Thank you, sir. Next item on the agenda is special recognition of the 2025 Fannin County School System Philip Wright recipient, and that is Ms. Hope Sowers, and Dr. Huff is going to tell us about her award.
Good evening. If I could have Ms. Sowers come down here and join me, I'd certainly appreciate it. Every year, the Philip Wright Foundation awards one special ed teacher in each of our Pioneer RESA districts as the Philip Wright recipient for their contributions to the world of special education. And Ms. Hope Sowers has been making contributions, folks, for 24 years. So we are so proud that Ms. Sowers has been with us for the majority of those years, and she has done a lot of good work in her time here. She has been a middle school teacher, she has been a high school teacher, she has taught in all sorts of different settings, she has helped chair Special Olympics. She has helped make sure that students with special needs made it to the prom. Of course, along the way, she's coached several sports and done some outstanding things there as well. And we are very thankful to have her represent us every day, but especially thankful that she did steal away a few minutes tonight to come and join us, because I know there's a ball game for a very special boy that is also going on at this time. We thank you, Ms. Sowers, for all the wonderful things you have done. It is a much-deserved recognition.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Hope. Very proud of you. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is a construction and facilities update by Mr. Danner. Mr. Danner?
Thank you, Ms. Dillard. Of course, this is at the high school. The existing scoreboard that's there at the stadium, it's ready to be taken down and taken to the middle school. Also, the flagpole, which was moved to the south end zone, home games this year, once we got our video board, you'd see half the people looking at the board saluting and the other half to the flag. So everybody's now going to be looking at the south end zone. So that was done. These are pictures at the middle school. So we're trying to put bleachers in at the middle school football field. So again, we're ready for the slab and the little small retaining wall there. Once that is done, then we will get bleachers ordered and have those hopefully ready before football starts. And then, but as soon as we get the scoreboard down, again, it's going to be moved to the middle school, get it hooked up, and be ready to go there as well. A bunch of pictures here. Again, I'm not going to talk about all of them. Ms. Collins, if you'll just start us scrolling there. I think there's 50 of them. So again, but while she's scrolling, the MSE wall, which connects the softball field to the athletic performance center, it has started. The steel for the athletic center, athletic performance center, is being erected. If you've not been up there, they have put up, this is a bad term to say, a ton of steel, which they've done a bunch of it, so they've done that as well. The visitor parking lot at the stadium, the storm line drains have been installed, and again, it's getting to grade. Met with Bowen & Watson and Tri-State Electric up there yesterday to come up with a game plan on getting the power to those new facilities. And so again, there's a lot of stuff going on. And also we're prepping as we speak for the East Fannin, West Fannin, and high school new gym HVAC, which will start immediately when school is out. And then also Blue Ridge, East, West, and the middle school, they've decided to get some new LVT flooring. So again, that's, again, we have that subbed out, but again, then maintenance has to come in and shave all the doors. So again, maintenance just loves that new LVT. And then also we're preparing for the high school Salto upgrade, which will also start as soon as school's out. Once that gets started underway, then we will start going to the other schools as well. So again, a lot of things going on, a lot of things planned this summer. And from our 4 o'clock meeting, a lot of additional planning for our new season that hit rock on. And so we're up there getting ready, and Mr. King on the radio, where are you watching at? Where are you watching at? About 6 times. Yeah. So we edited all that out. But again, I thought that was very nice that y'all need to see that. You're welcome, Mr. King. And so I'm good to go, Mr. Dillard.
Excellent. All right. Thank you, Mr. Danner. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is to update the CTAE program. Dr. Roof?
Good evening, board. Thank you all. I know you all came here to listen to me speak, and I'm just really thankful for that. I promised Dr. Ramsey I'd make that corny joke. Anyway, so it was a complete flop too, I know, always. But honestly though, this is a special night here at the board meeting. We do have this quick presentation that will highlight some things that we need to highlight, but then right after I speak, we get to celebrate some of our amazing CTAE students through their CTSO programs, which we'll get to all that. The teachers that are involved with our career technical and ag education, they are absolutely outstanding. They are top notch. You can't beat them. And I'll say 2 things to the board members. One, super thankful for what's coming ahead with the new facilities. These teachers deserve it, these students deserve it, and we're just so thankful. But I will say that these teachers are dominating competitions and doing different things with our current facilities. So it's not the facilities that make the difference. It's the people, it's the teachers, and so. And then I'm also thankful for how we have it set up right now with I know we have Mr. Henson, that's CTA supervisor at the high school, but for me to also have the opportunity to still be at the county office level and be able to help out and advocate, because we're able to advocate for CTAE at every level along the way, at the district level, at the school level, and just make sure that it continues to have what it needs. And so I'm thankful for that as well, for superintendent and the board laying it out that way. So now, carrying on. So just to highlight a couple things here with what's coming, just to make sure we know what our CTAE-based connections will be for the middle school for next school year. And we will have computer science, we'll have healthcare, ag, we'll have STEM and outdoor classroom, and then health, which has that food and nutrition aspect to it. And we will continue to embed entrepreneurship every step along the way. And then at the high school for 25-26, we will continue to offer a total of 5 agriculture pathways. We will have carpentry, electrical, fine furniture, welding, audio-video, teaching as a profession, general medicine, nursing, sports medicine. I'll come back to the EMT in a second. Engineering and technology, food and nutrition, programming, and general automotive. That EMT, I do include it up there, but it takes a very special kid to complete that one, someone that has complete dedication to their evenings to be able to do that. But we do partner with our Fannin EMS for that program as well. And then the ones that are asterisked, those are pathways that lead to a real-world industry credential and or college class exemption. Just to highlight some of the projected pathway completers for this school year. Not going to go through all those numbers one by one, but those are some good numbers in certain areas, and again, very thankful for those pathway completers. We do continue to offer right now, again, we will get to hear more about these CTSOs, but throughout our school system, we do have FCCLA, FFA, HOSA, TSA, and Skills USA. At the middle school level, we now have FFA, TSA, and HOSA. We do have, again, those CTSOs, those numbers, good, healthy numbers for those members. And up there, we have the different CTSOs. And CTSOs, by the way, it does say that up there. It does stand for Career and Technical Student Organizations. And we have those sponsors that, again, we're extremely thankful for that lead those CTSOs. Looking at dual enrollment numbers. And so Ms. Patty Dubois is our dual enrollment coordinator, and our numbers are extremely strong when it comes to dual enrollment. So up on the screen right now, you will see the 23-24 school year dual enrollment numbers, and then how those compare to the 24-25 school year dual enrollment numbers. So you will see that those have climbed each and every year, and this year projected 509 college credits earned for dual enrollment. So that's outstanding. And we do have students that take college courses at the colleges listed there, North Georgia Tech, Young Harris, UNG, Dalton State, and Chattahoochee Technical College. Work-based learning. So we have a switch this year with work-based learning. Mr. Bubba Gibbs has taken over that program, and he's doing an outstanding job and has been able to bring a new life to it and a new spin on it. And he, again, is just very passionate about it and doing a great job with it. And our numbers there for this school year, again, those are outstanding numbers for fall semester and spring semester. And then we wanted to highlight that we currently have 4 students that work for our school system through work-based learning. And so we want to continue to offer those opportunities as well. We have 82 total employers and 121 total students right now in work-based learning. Like to end with this. So this isn't our regular high school graduation rate. These are our CTAE high school graduation rates. So simple way to put this, the kids that participate in CTAE, these are their graduation rates right here. So 98.7 for 4-year graduation rate. And then right now, our CTAE graduation rate at the high school, our 5-year one is 100% graduation rate. So you can't beat 100%. That's, yeah, round of applause for that. And then just quickly, just kind of breezing through, and I do like to highlight this because this is kind of since the COVID, all that. I mean, we have done so much, even during the throes of a pandemic, and coming out on the other side of what we've offered or added or in some ways tweaked for our kids there at the middle school, adding computer science, healthcare. Continuing to add the STEM, and then again the health and food nutrition, the entrepreneurship, and then adding HOSA. And I thank Dr. Hodges and Mr. Young for their foresight for a lot of these programs as well. And at the high school, since 2020, adding welding, automotive, electrical, general medicine, and EMT and programming. So we've just done a lot of great work as a team to be able to add these programs. And again, I'm just thankful to be a small part of it. So thank you. And now for the big show. My part was the boring part, so now it's time for the exciting stuff.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, ready for the next item? All right, then let's do some special recognitions of these kids and their teachers and sponsors and parents that has worked tirelessly to get them where they are. So with that, Dr. Hodges.
Thank you for this opportunity that I can brag on our CTSOs and our teachers who serve in that area. We have two organizations that we're going to honor tonight, but before I do that, I just want to say how much we appreciate what these teachers do. If you don't see what goes into preparing and organizing these organizations, it takes a lot of time. They plan, they fundraise, they organize. Sometimes they prepare for these competitions months in advance. Students have to collect materials and plan, and it takes special individuals to really organize and put their time, sacrifice time with their families to pour into our students. And it's incredible the opportunities that these students have because of these organizations. So I'm very humbled and honored that we have these and that we have people that are willing to serve our students in this capacity. First, I want to ask Miss Amber Waters to come up and her students in our agricultural program. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Waters, and she can tell you all about the accolades of our FFA program.
I love going first. I'm just kidding. Thank you all for being here tonight to celebrate our students. It's really special to get to see them up here and get recognized for everything that they do. So I'm really thankful to have this opportunity with them. We just brought our kiddos that placed in state competitions. FFA is a little different than some organizations. We have to go through competing with tens to hundreds of other students at a regional level before we ever make it to state. So it's huge just for us to make it there. And so we're really proud of some of our kiddos. I'm going to start, I'll just kind of go down the line. We do both livestock projects, and then we do career development events and leadership development events. So we have 3 students here. If you'll step forward, it'll make it a little easier, that show livestock this school year. Thank you. They're like, what do you want me to do? Okay. So we have 2 that have shown pigs this year. Every student that we took to the state livestock show came home with at least a top 10 placing. So that's pretty awesome, and we're really proud of them. So Lauren beside me and Kyle on the end show pigs. So they both did great at the livestock show with that and got top 10. And then Haley shows goats. And Lauren also shows lambs. So while they're standing here, we also take part in what's called a Herdsman Award program. And so any state or any group within the state, so it could be a high school, middle school, 4-H, it doesn't matter. Anyone that wants to participate takes part in decorating their pens or stalls with information about their animal project, about it specifically, about its breed, about what it provides for humans in general. So they're trying to have their little part in educating everyone that walks through the fairgrounds. And if you're wondering, that's about 500,000 people a year that go through the fairgrounds at Perry. So we did have placings between our three species. So Lauren won first place. She was the grand champion with herdsmen for sheep. Haley won second place by herself for goats. And then Lauren came back the next week and placed third with pigs. So, but on top of their accolades, these two ladies racked up $1,200 for our chapter for doing that. So we're really proud of them. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So they're totally embarrassed by me now. Okay, so y'all can kind of slide back, and then I'll have my dairy team slide forward. Okay, so my dairy team, that is one of our few contests that we get to go straight to state. We have one little girl that didn't make it tonight, but we do have a team of 4, and they compete. They have to learn all about how to judge dairy animals. So, and they they were new at this year. Lauren was my only one that repeated. I actually have 3 kids on the team that had never competed in any type of livestock judging, and these girls placed 5th at state. So I'm really proud of them. Lauren also is the 3rd high individual, so she'll get recognized at our state convention next month. So we're really proud of them. And then we had lots of placings in top 10 that were in our area contest as well. So I think that's it. Did I leave anything out for y'all? Oh, I left Haley out. Hey, I'm sorry. Come forward all by yourself, sweetheart. Okay, so Haley is our speaker. She loves to speak. I'm not going to make her tonight. She's looking really nervous. But Haley took part in our 2 leadership development events that we did this year. She first placed 7th in doing FFA quiz out of 50-something kids, so that was pretty awesome. And then she does our FFA creed speaking. So she remembers a 5-paragraph creed about the FFA and its beliefs and meaning of our program, and she delivers that as theatrically as she can. She's a great speaker. So she placed first in our preliminary. She placed first in her room. She went to finals. She placed first there, and she will be competing for us next month, or like about 3 weeks from now, at our state convention. So we're really proud of her. We have plans to go to nationals, so we're going to see if that happens. But anyway, okay. So thank you all for your time tonight. I appreciate y'all for recognizing our kids.
Next, I'd like to invite Dr. Michelle Champion and our TSA students.
Good evening. This is my 3rd year doing TSA, and I have to say, these children are not just your children. These are my children. They travel with me. We have lots of laughter. We have lots of arguments. We have lots of debates. But these are my children, and I'm so thrilled that when they get to the high school level, they're still my children. So I have that joy of getting to travel with the high school and watching these children grow from their first competition all the way through when they get to high school. Throughout the year, we do go to multiple competitions. We start our year out at CORE, which is our officer training, where my officer team, which Ashton, Cooper, and Eric are 3 of my officers this year. They go and they learn how to be officers. They do have a few competitions that they participate in, but it's mostly them learning how to do their jobs. We then come back, we go to Perry, we go to Six Flags, and then we take the long haul down to Jekyll Island. That's the one they look forward to the most. I believe their favorite is the Armada boat race, where they make a boat out of cardboard and duct tape and see if they can make it across the swimming pool. Just a few weeks ago, I had the honor of taking a fun, wonderful group of children to Athens for our state leadership conference. They participated in, I think y'all did 20 different competitions while we were there. Every child I took with me brought home a state finalist pin. I was so proud of my kiddos. But these guys brought home trophies, and what tickled them the most is that trophy got them a ticket to Nashville. They're all going to national competition at the end of June to take their competitions and go to the next level. Cooper, Ashton, and Eric, y'all step forward for me, please, boys. These amazing young men brought home a second place trophy in STEM animation. I got very fortunate. I got to be in the room with the judges. I did step out during their presentation, but when I came back in, I got to hear the wonderful things the judges were saying. Things like, I can't believe he did that stop motion by himself. I can't believe the effort that went into these kids. I can't believe this was their first competition in this field. So I was just over the moon thrilled. I kind of knew their placement before they knew their placement, so it was hard to keep that a secret, but they did phenomenal. Thank you, boys. Miss Jordy Hennessy, this is her second time going to state with me. Last year you brought home multiple top 10s, right, for everything you did. This year she brought home a trophy. She got second place in career prep. She had to write a cover letter and a resume for a job in nurse practitioner. Then when she got there, she had to compete in an interview. They asked her all about getting a job. So it was a full-blown job interview for a nurse practitioner's job. When we got her rubric back, there were comments like extremely professional for a middle school student, very knowledgeable about the career field that she had chosen, one of the best they had ever seen. So we were just so excited that we brought home the trophies this year. But I'm so thankful for the kids, for the parents that let me take their children for days on end and to some scary places sometimes. But we are over the moon excited. We are headed to Nashville at the end of June. So y'all just keep them in your thoughts and prayers as they go up against kids from all over the nation at the TSA level. Yeah. So thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So before we get to these next gentlemen here, I talked about in my presentation about the foresight that Mr. Young and Dr. Hodges had. I didn't really say anything about Dr. Ramsey and Mr. Henson. They also have foresight. And one thing that seriously, that I said about both of them is they look for ways to say yes. Instead of looking, like when we start pitching ideas and brainstorming about what to do with CTAE, they don't look for ways to say no. They look for ways to say yes. And so I just appreciate both of them as well, but I'm going to turn it over to well, I guess it's just Mr. Henson, but I just wanted to brag on you, Dr. Ramsey, too, there. All right. Mr. Henson, it's all yours.
Well, I think he got back up here because he was wanting a round of applause. So if we'll just thank, Dr. Cruz for all he does. All right. Well, I get the privilege of bragging on teachers and students. That is something that I tell you, that's the joy that I take, in my role to see their results of their hard work, their results of their effort, on a daily basis. And I'm just very thankful for the advisors and that go beyond what most teachers would think would be the expanse of the job. But they are committed to these students and to the success of these students. And just like, the coaches that we have that are constantly working with and finding new ways to push these students, we're seeing the same thing, but in professional, industry, credentialed activities. And so we are very excited about that. We're also very thankful for the board and y'all's commitment to the preparation of these students and what they're going to do. And I have a long list of accolades that I get to share tonight, and I'm going to read through them because I don't want to miss anything, because it is exciting to what we do. So we're going to bring the first CTSO up, and the first one I'm going to bring up is our FFA program. So I know, Ms. Matthews is, I don't think she's here, but Seth does a great job with our FFA program. So, and he's got a few that are here. But as I look through all the things that he did this year, it is exciting. And I'm just going to read through. So we've got a couple that are out here, and you'll hear some of these names a lot. So Abby McFarland, she'll be advancing to the state competition for the Sheep Production Entrepreneur Proficiency Award. She'll be competing at the 97th State FFA Convention, and she will also be receiving her state degree at the convention, which is not a easy undertaking to get to that level. Roy Green placed 5th out of 23 schools in tractor operations and maintenance. Skylar Gazaway placed 6th out of 30 schools in the floral design CDE competition. Jake Williams placed 2nd out of 42 schools in employability. The poultry evaluation team placed 10th out of 37 schools. Abby McFarland, exhibited sheep in Louisville, Kentucky at the North American International Livestock Exhibition and placed 8th in 2 separate shows. We see Claire Wheeler and Abby also placed 2nd in the junior sheep herdsman. And we can just continue to list this, but many of these are going to be taking these top level placements even as they head on, and an opportunity to advance to the nationals. 2 former students will now also be getting their the American FFA degree at nationals, which is something that a lot of these students will progress toward, and we see that Abby's already well on her way to working toward that achievement. And then the following, we got Faith Patterson, Claire Wheeler, Abby McFarland, and James Burrell were at the livestock exhibitors placed either in the top 5 or top 10 in their division winners at both the state and national levels. And I could continue to go on and discuss all the things that they have done, but I think one of the things that for me personally, and this is as me as a veteran, watching what they and some of the other CTSOs do to support our veterans through our Veterans Day program, the service that they do. It's not just about competition and winning things, but how they serve our community. And it is evident when you go to, all the CTSOs are required to have a community advisement group, and watching these businesses and individuals come in and how passionate they are about the opportunity they have to support both with their funds and with their time and their efforts these programs. I just can't say enough about our community and how much that partnership means to the success of these programs. But I also want to say, to Mr. Davis, his tireless efforts and what he does, and they have to raise money for a lot of the things that they do, and they do that through their plant sales. They do that through other activities, and then they're constantly pouring into our other students, doing reading at the elementary schools, service projects in town at our community and around our courthouses. And for that, it's his effort and his desire to see FFA and the creeds that you heard about some of the middle schoolers learning being displayed in action. So for that, to Mr. Davis and to all these FFA students on their success, let's give them a round of applause. So we're going to do a picture with each one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So.
Come on, Dr. Ramsey. He wants applause too, y'all.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get our skills CTSO, so they'll come on up. We've got Mr. Flowers is our advisor, but this year we also have a couple of others that have assisted, because skills encompasses so many different activities, not just welding, but it also has automotive and construction. So Mr. Dilbeck and Coach Chastain are integral parts in preparing these students for their competitions. And as the board has already seen, we're talking about our skills chapter as being the region champs. With that being said, at the region level, they had 11 students go from the region on to state. And in order to advance to the state tournament, you had to finish first or second in your field. And in that situation, we've got 8 areas, so you're automatically in the top 16 in state. And so we had 11 students that finished in the top 10 in state. 6 were in the top 5 at the state tournament in skills activities. And if you went there at the World Congress Center or down in Atlanta, it was just wall to wall with students assembling buildings, from masonry, electrical, welding, automotive. They were doing brake challenges where they would have a car that had a problem. They had to diagnose it. It was amazing to see what all they have done. And so I've got a few accolades that I'm going to read. And as I hear this, you'll hear these names, but it's just phenomenal. Bailey Stiles, second place at the Georgia Trade School welding competition. Bailey Stiles and Trenton Flowers, first place Excel Fab Team competition. River Stewart and Wyatt Flowers, second place at the Excel Team competition. Bailey Stiles, welding region champ. Eli Queen, Cahutta Ross, Trenton Flowers, region champs, welding fab. Brady Coleman, Cooper Hilliard, Reed Norton, and Eli Plush, region champs in Teamworks. That is where they actually construct an actual tiny home in the period of a day. And when I'm saying that is everything from from the foundation, erecting the walls, sealing, wiring, plumbing, and it actually all has to work by the end of it, even putting the bricks up on the outside. It's amazing what these students are doing. Mason Ramey was second in masonry. Nehemiah Watkins placed third in masonry. Briar Duval was second in cabinet making. Castle Barnett, third in blueprint reading. Miles Bowen in tool recognition was first. James Taylor in brake parts identification placed third. Mason Sandover, region champ in automotive service technology. Braden Walton was region champ in automotive maintenance and light repair. Harrison Nelson was second place in region first aid and CPR, things that they compete in. River Stewart, second place in pipe welding, and he's just a sophomore. Eli Queen was third in stainless steel TIG pipe welding at the competition. Bailey Stiles, second in manufacturing in MIG welding. Trenton Flowers, this is a pretty exciting accomplishment, was first place in structural welding. And as a freshman, he already has earned his AWS, which is the American Welding Society's Sense Level 1 industry certification, immediately employable as a freshman. He is a certified welder. In addition to that, we have Mason Sandifer, the region champ, automotive service, and we talked about those successes. So, wow, that's a lot. But in addition to that, they serve our community. They are active in building the animal shelter, their doors and fences, and they're redoing work down there. They're working in various community activities. It's amazing the partnerships that this group has in our community. And most of them are doing this in addition to being employed as high school students, some of them in full-time employment in actual welding careers. And so I just want to give a big, again, a big round of applause to our advisors, Mr. Dilbeck, Mr. Flowers, and Coach Chastain, but also for these students for the hard work that they have demonstrated and the success that they found, because they're going to be making a lot of money. This is the group that will do that. So let's give them a round of applause. All right, this next program I want to bring up is our FCCLA. This is, the advisor is Kristen Stone. And as these ladies are coming up, this may be Dr. Ramsey's, kind of favorite group because they do a lot of food prep in our building. And so Dr. Ramsey really enjoys what they do there. But with that being said, I first want to start off talking about our advisor for a minute. I know she may not like this because I know she would deflect everything to the students. But her organization, the Georgia Association for Teachers of Family and Consumer Science, every year have an award that they offer for teachers they consider to be new teachers that are between their 3rd and 5th year of teaching. And this year, she is the GATFAX and will be represented at GACTE, which is all CTAE and CTSOs, as the GATFAX Teacher of the Year for the state of Georgia. There you go. And it's the heart that she has for her students that is evident in the manner by which they serve, not just our school, but our community. These students have gone above and beyond throughout. And at this point, most of the things they did, instead of competitions, have been focused on strengthening their community and striving for success through service. And so let me share some of the things that they've been involved in. And all of these girls are involved in other activities in the school, but they volunteered at Piedmont Hospital during breast cancer awareness in October. They have hosted a clothing and food drive for those affected by Hurricane Helene. They organized and served the Veterans Day breakfast, connecting with local veterans, watching our local veterans communicate and them how, ladies, we love you and we love your heart in a way that it's demonstrated. At Thanksgiving, they assisted in serving meals, not only in our school system, but then going out and doing that. At the Ronald McDonald House Initiative, they started collecting pop tabs, plan to deliver them this summer, along with cooking meals for families that are staying in Atlanta at the Ronald McDonald House. And we know how valuable that is. They've also went through the fall leadership rally and done their basic training down at the FCCLA and FFA Center, strengthening their teamwork, their leadership skills in order to better serve this community. They've competed in ways to preserve and serve fashion design, membership recruitment, state-level pen design, Statesman and Knowledge Bowl. Through national online competitions, they've submitted entries in website design, instructional video design, and those results are yet to be sent in. And I anticipate that, we will be some of those award recipients. They've also been partnering with our nutrition program about learning legacy gardening and expanding their commitment to sustainability with a focus on hydroponics. They're at the school. They have the garden outside the business wing. And what they've done is they've been shaped by their advisor and been equipped with a lot of valuable skills that is going to transcend whatever career they go in. And this personal and professional growth journey that they're on is because of what Ms. Stone has done. But these ladies have done an outstanding job. And so I'm going to make sure that I don't, because some of the names are hard, so I'm going to have Ms. Stone come up and introduce hers and tell what their role is, because these are her officers.
Okay, so we're kind of in, can you hear me? We're kind of in a transition right now. So some of these, let's see, Bailey is leaving me, but Bailey and Lila have both served as the president this year. And then Ellie is over community service. And then Miss Adeline is the vice president. So they have all done wonderful. Bailey, raise your hand so they know who you are. And then Ellie and Lila and Adeline. And they are wonderful. This is the officer team, and they are just the heart and soul of what we do. And they are the ones that are up at all hours when we're making meals, when we're leaving for competitions, and they are wonderful. So they deserve a round of applause.
All right. And this is our FCCLA, which is our Family, Career, and Consumer Leaders of America. Community, well, not consumer, community. All right. The next group I'm going to bring up is our HOSA, which is our Health Occupations Student Organization. And we've got Miss Gibbs. Miss Ann Gibbs is our advisor and does an amazing job preparing these students for what they're doing. And I may need some help on the competitions that they won, but this year they have been very involved. Not only in the establishing their community involvement through the homecoming parade, crafts activities at the nursing home with residents for Halloween, serving that group. They were there at Christmas. 16 members participated in the activities at the nursing home. During HOSA week, they did something special each day in recognition of healthcare careers and our healthcare organizations and causes. All the members participated. They carry out blood drives that are very successful at our high school, and we understand the need for that. They also went to their fall rally, in which they had a number of members participate. This year's fall rally was at Six Flags. They went to the Fall Leadership Conference in Athens and took 11 team members. They went to 8 team members competed in regional competitions and then qualified for the state. And in the state leadership conference, they took 14 members. And with that being said, we have a number of students that placed at the state level. Jacqueline Cracknell was 5th in the state in pathophysiology. Did I say that right? Yeah. Not sure I know what that is, but I'm glad that she does. And in Cameron, she was top 10 in clinical nursing. And in Cassidy Walden and Bailey Gaddy, both top 10 in mental health promotion. And we know how important mental health is and promoting awareness. And the state recognized what they were doing and how they were promoting that. And so I know that Ms. Gibb does an outstanding job, and she really pushes those students. Healthcare is something that, she brings a wealth of knowledge and is dear to our heart. And our students leave prepared to not only enter into the technical aspect, as you heard some of the things that they're competing in, but they take a heart of service to that healthcare industry. And we're so thankful for all that she does and for all the students and the successes they found. So this is our HOSA chapter, so let's give them a round of applause. All right, I've got one more CTSO that we're going to get to, and this is our TSA. So if I can get our TSA chapter and our advisor. This is Mr. Reuter. Mr. Reuter has come in, and of course, he has a lot of assistance that he gets. Mr. Gibbs is still involved. He has done a great job working with our middle school chapter as well, and we are just so thankful for this group and all that they've done. So as we looked here, they started the year off and sent their entire club and officers to their chapter officer retreat, where they started looking for ways to promote not only their organization, but find success, and they did a good job. They participated in officer-specific workshops that help prepare for the year that they've had. Several members traveled to Tech Day at the Georgia National Fair in Perry, and so they were able to gain insight into what their program needed, because they want to make sure that, like other programs, that they're finding the success. So then they left and went to the leadership conference in Jekyll, and it was attended by 12 students, and they featured a standout performance in the electric car race. This year, we had a little bit of a malfunction in the race. They had a plan and it was going, and then they had a wheel bearing break. So what we're looking at is TSA need a little help from automotive. Mr. Dilbeck jumped in and is helping out, and so we love when there's a cooperation and collaboration between our teachers. During the holiday season, they collected toys for the Fannin County Toys for Tot program, and then hosted a fall festival. And at the fall festival, Aiden Carter, Connor Kyle, Russell Young, and Cody Medeiros designed, built, tested, and refined a trebuchet that launched pumpkins over 180 feet. Yeah. So I'm excited and everything to see what they come up with this next year, because that trebuchet design was a huge undertaking, but it was amazing to watch. So, and in January, 2 teams competed in the teams competition at Georgia Tech, and the team of Fox Sharp, Connor Kyle, and Castle Barnett earned 3rd place, qualifying them for the National TSA Conference in Nashville. And that's the teams competition there at Georgia Tech is not one that is to be taken lightly, and that 3rd place is outstanding, so we're so proud of what they did. And then at the State Leadership Conference in Athens, 11 members participated, and Fox Sharp became a finalist in the digital photography portfolio. Castle Barnett and Connor Kyle achieved a top 10 finish in the technology problem-solving competition, and Connor Kyle was also nominated by the TSA Board of Directors to run for a position as a state officer. And as we're looking ahead, in June, Alexis Howe, William Hood, and James Burrell will join Fox Sharp, Castle Barnett, Connor Kyle for the 5-day National TSA Conference, in which they'll be competing in order to find opportunities to advance beyond just the state level. And so we are ultimately proud of everything that they have done. And I know we've got a number of students that go in. And these organizations, there's a lot of overlap between them. Skills, there's competitions that these students are competing in. The electric car is something that is between that. So we're seeing our CTAE program benefiting for that. A good example, Mr. Flowers, his group took some of the TSA and they went to a competition over in Murray County where they have to provide meals. So they were working it out so that our FCCLA was going to make the meals that they would take and eat during lunch, and then also to sell there to other students who may not have that same opportunity. And I love seeing the cooperation, and that's just another aspect of the community involvement that they've been witnessing, the partnerships that they're witnessing, and what that will do from a service organization. A lot of that starts with our advisors, and they're willing to work together. But again, this TSA, the Technology Students Association, is outstanding, and a lot of these are younger underclassmen. So I'm excited to see how much they continue to grow and thrive. So at this point, great job, Mr. Reuter, and so let's give our TSA a round of applause. And again, I want to thank the board and Ms. Dillard for all that you do to allow our CTSOs and our CTAE program to meet the successes. And anytime we get to brag on these students, these advisors, and the community partners that they've established, makes my job enjoyable. So thank y'all.
Amen. Thank
you,
you, sir.
I'd like to, they usually get out of here before we get to say anything, so I want to say something tonight before they all leave, but it's hard for me to do this, but this is important to me. This is what I love about these programs is because, man, the more we can keep these young folks interested in school, we just talked about this earlier in our board training, like the more you can keep somebody interested, the more they want to learn. And these programs were very important to me when I was in school, man. It kept me interested in school, and I can't even start to say and thank people by name because there's so many, but I truly want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all that are leading this, all that are pouring all their time and effort into these young folks, these young adults. Man, you have no idea. That hits a very special place in my heart. I know it does all of ours, and we're so proud to call y'all friends and our community. I don't want to leave anything out. You know, that's why I'm so fired up about what we got going on. I don't want to take any thunder away from Mike or Bobby because they've been here longer than us, but they wanted to get this CTA stuff back going. I understand that. And I wanted to come in, as well as these guys, with the pedal down on this because we don't want to miss opportunities, man. So that's why we're so excited about building y'all a new CTAE facility. We're so excited about building a new cattle barn and stuff like that because these things are important to us as well as as they are important to y'all. So I want to say to the young people, keep it up, stay interested, whatever it takes to stay interested. Not only are you leaving here with experience in these things, but this teaches a lot of life lessons, so pay attention and take it serious and at the same time have a lot of fun. And we're backing y'all all the way. We appreciate all of y'all. Thank you.
Yeah. It's hard to say much more than that, but I echo those comments and thank you to the teachers and the community support. That's something I wrote down also. So again, that's it goes a long way. I am so impressed at what these kids are doing. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how you teachers are doing it, but it's impressive. I'm proud of every one of you guys. Good job.
Yeah, I'll chime in there because I basically had the same thing wrote down. But the goodness of what you all do is, you know, you go through education, you learn so much from pre-K or kindergarten until you graduate high school, and the majority of that leaves your brain and maybe never enters back in. But the things that you all do with your skills are things that you're going to take into the workforce or use. For some people, you'll use some of those skills as like hobby work. But regardless, these are things you can take into adulthood. And like somebody said a minute ago, there's big money. There's big money in all these trades right now. So just congratulations to all of the students and then all the leaders and the teachers that are guiding them each day. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And we say, you know, they do make good money and so they can have a good career and a good life, but another thing is giving kids opportunities to do something they actually enjoy instead of, there was for years that education tried to push kids into what we as educators thought was important, but it's time for the tide to turn and that we show up to where the kids are and make opportunities for them to be able to do what they want to do to have a satisfying and successful life. So very exciting for that. And Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is Ms. Stone thought that she got out, but I would love for her to come back up and be recognized by the board. So proud of her. And if any of you do not know Ms. Stone, I encourage you to go look at her class because she will keep you entertained just with her bubbly personality and everything that's going on. Ms. Stone, we appreciate everything that you do. And Dr. Ramsey, if you would come forward too, please, sir. Or Ms. Jenny, will you?
Good job. Congratulations.
And Dr. Ramsey, would you like to say anything in addition for Ms. Stone, other than you like her food?
And I hired her. No, she does an outstanding job. I mean, you can tell with the success that she's had. I mean, this is a state level award. So anytime you're getting state level awards, that's big because you're going against everybody in the state. So very proud of her and the work she does. And she definitely goes above and beyond with everything she does. So just very proud of her.
And usually with a sparkle somewhere.
I'm going to say something real quick to Miss Stone. I'm going to call you out. We do have a lot of faculty members that do go above and beyond, but I want to personally say thank you because the things that you've done for Brady they are above and beyond, and he adores you, and the tiny little things you do for him are awesome. So I really do appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Give these kids another round of applause, please. So, Mr. Chair, the next item on the agenda is public comment. So I think the kiddos may end up. Are y'all saying peace out?
Yeah. Yeah, literally. She brings it.
I mean, it's not even, it doesn't even look like, you know,
And they all left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I think some touch teachers, you know, especially in my case. Well, so many of those kids have families that are in construction. Yes. Equipment, welding. And you just continue it. Imagine if you Yeah, exactly.
Miss Dillard, I'm sorry I got stuck in traffic trying to get up here.
I'll let you have that one, sir.
We do have public comment tonight. Our first speaker is Miss Tana Barnes. She would like to speak on school safety and transparency.
Thank you. And Ms. Barnes, Mr. Danner did go over.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right. Thank you for the opportunity to speak this evening. My name is Tana Barnes, and I'm here as a concerned parent. Last school year at East Fannin, my son, along with some other students, were targeted on a kill list created by another fifth grade student. From the get-go, we were kept in the dark about what the list contained, who else was on the list, or who wrote the list. We found out some minor details when we attended a court hearing for the child, where we found out that the child would be removed from school for the remainder of the school year, placed on house arrest, have an ankle monitor, and face a couple felony charges. This was a shock to myself and my husband, but what made it worse was that the school did not inform the broader community. No public statement was made, and other parents were left in the dark about a possible credible threat. This lack of transparency has eroded trust. Parents have a right to know when their children's safety is at risk so they can make informed decisions. If my son wasn't on that list, but I found out that another fifth grade student had made a list that way, I would have taken the time and opportunity to speak to him about being good to everyone, about trying to understand the problems some other kids face, and I would have also drilled into him the seriousness of saying or writing things that you can't take back. I understand the need to protect student privacy and federal law, but surely there's a balance. Keeping families completely uninformed creates fear and uncertainty. Does student privacy trump student safety? We need to know what we need to know to ensure tough conversations can happen between us and our kids. Fast forward to this current school year at open house at the middle school back in August, I was made aware that the student was returning to a regular setting by passing them on my way in to meet my son's teachers. I had a meeting with the principal that day and was assured that there was a safety plan and everybody was on board and knew the issue and there would be no contact with this student and my son. We were repeatedly told we couldn't know what the safety plan was, only that there was one in place and they were following it. Everything was fine until January after the new semester started and connection classes were different. My son came home and told us that this student was in his class and had been for the entire week. Once taken to the administration, though, at the middle school, it was handled swiftly and we were assured that everything was being done that could be done. This week, my husband found out that this same student was found at school with a dangerous object. I'm not going to go into anything about that. We don't know anything, of course, because of the federal law. As far as we know, though, the child is still a student at Fannin Middle School. No phone calls were made to us, no heads up, no public statement. We had to find out from other parents. I understand we are in a tricky situation with student privacy, but there must be a compromise when it comes to safety. I'm asking you all to take action. I ask that you consider establishing a clear policy for communicating safety incidents to parents. Tell us what's happened and what's being done about it. Review and share safety protocols when possible for students with a history of threats or dangerous behavior. Publish safety data and disciplinary actions so parents can be kept up to speed on the issues at our kids' schools. And lastly, can we buy some metal detectors? Thank you for your time and attention this evening. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Barnes. Appreciate you. So, Mr. Danner?
Our second public speaker is Mr. Caleb Barnes. His topic is safety and failure.
Get a higher mic. I've never sang professionally, so bear with me. My name is Caleb Barnes. I have 2 kids in the Fannin County school system. Tonight I'm speaking about my son in the middle school. This is going to sting a little. Y'all are all a bunch of liars, with perhaps the exception of the 3 newly elected board members because they weren't here when this happened. Y'all preach about safety being the most important, and that's a lie. My son was on a kill list his 5th grade year. They couldn't tell me anything other than he was on the list. It didn't make social media or the paper like the one in the high school did. My son is in school and sees the person who wanted to kill him every single day. There was a scheduling glitch in the system that put my son and the one who said they wanted to kill him in the same classroom together for a week. I had to go to the school to get it resolved. Forgive me, lost my place. If the matter was being taken seriously and safety was the priority, how did no one catch it? Again, it's a bunch of lies. I followed all protocol in getting this resolved, only to be told that by law I cannot be told any information. I'm told that the person who made the threats is on a disciplinary plan, but I can't know what it is. How can I hold y'all or anybody in safety accountable if I don't know what the plan is? I'm told to trust y'all when y'all have continuously failed time and time again. I have no trust or faith in any of y'all. My son has to see this person every day. In the grown-up world, if this happens, courts and law enforcement will make sure that whoever threatened to kill somebody who stayed away from them. Why can we not extend this to a child? I found out the same kid got caught with razor blades on the bus. They had them all day at school, and no one knew. Someone who wanted to do harm and had a weapon at your school and you had no idea. So much for trust us. I understand the law and not speaking about someone's personal information, but can you not tell us about an incident and leave names out? Even if my kid wasn't tied up in this, I would still like to know what's going on in the school. I'm sure it's easier for y'all not to tell anything so that you don't have to deal with the questions and calls. You owe it to every one of us to put forth your best effort, and if this is it, then you need to step down from your positions. You have failed me and my son by not keeping him safe. In an effort to make yourselves not liars, when you say your main concern is safety, also add except the 9 middle school students, or that your real concern is sports. I was told I have to speak to the state representative to try to get something accomplished here. Well, what have y'all done? Y'all have kids and grandkids in school. Everyone I have talked to about this representing the school system has said they agree with me fully, but no one has spoke to the state representative. Who has a better chance of getting things done, an elected board or some dirt-pushing redneck? By not doing anything, you make yourself an accessory, and you're guilty by sitting idle. By not doing anything, you've allowed terrible things and injustices to happen. You should all be ashamed. Everyone I've talked to says, I wish I could tell you more of the information you're seeking, but my hands are tied. It's a convenient excuse to sit idly by and wash your hands of anything because you did all you could. I'm here to tell you that's not good enough. If you're serious about safety, then act like it and quit lying. The time for talking is over. It's time for action. I charge all of you to talk to the state representative and get back to me, one of the ones who put you in the seat that you're sitting in, because we felt that you were going to act in the best interest of students and staff. Y'all spent over $30 million on a sports complex at the high school, and the best you could do for safety was $30,000 on clear backpacks that a kid smuggled razor blades through without you knowing. That sounds pretty incompetent from where I sit. An elementary school kid with a fresh set of crayons and a juice box could have come up with something better. Continue to lie about where your focus is, or get off your lazy butts and shut me up by actually doing something about it. Create more transparency and open a better line of communication so we know what's going on in the schools, where we're forced to send our kids. We have a right and deserve to know. My wife and I both work and cannot homeschool our kids. I can't keep my son out of school or the law will come for me. So my only option I have is to worry every day that I'm going to receive a call with terrible news about my son, and I have to send him somewhere that I don't think is safe. As a father, it's my job to protect my family, and I feel I've failed because I cannot control what happens when he's there. Y'all are reactive and not proactive. Don't wait until something happens to my son to act on his behalf. Do it now and prevent it. Here's a suggestion for you. Why don't you publish something like an incident report about what's happening? You don't have to include names, but you can keep us in the loop. Let us know if there's fights happening, if there's drugs, if there's guns, if there's anything going on, to keep us informed so that we can make the best decision to keep our children safe, because clearly you haven't. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Barnes. Mr. Danner?
Ms. Dillard, our next public comment is Mr. Charles Lindsay. He's wanting to speak on student safety.
Welcome, Mr. Lindsay.
Good afternoon, members of the board. First, I'd like to apologize. While we've tried to work with faculty and staff, this is the first time that I brought this to your attention individually. More than most, I personally understand the gravity and the responsibilities of the positions that you hold, and I appreciate it, and thank you for your service. After 3 years of declining education and persistent bullying at East Fannin that was enabled by faculty, we were forced to remove our child from school, primarily for his safety. Always making excuses, covering up, and protecting certain kids, our son's federal rights were violated. Well, not only violated, he was assaulted on numerous occasions and physically injured. While my wife and I tried to give the school and the district a chance to do the right thing, we had no resolve, because protecting certain kids is more important than student safety. Give me a second, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be frustrated and be professional. It came to a head when we were notified, and this enabling behavior goes on, right? And so it really came to a head when we were notified at close of business on a Friday before spring break that our son was on a kill list, right? And that they had to notify us as well as 11 other people. When in fact, that was what was told us, but when in fact, through a series of policy violations and safety protocol failures, the child in question was deemed a credible threat, arrested, and put into custody. And if you want to know what it means to be deemed a credible threat, you got to have more than a kill list, right? You got to have a means, you have to have intent. While we had lost all faith in East Fannin, we assumed it would change at middle school, especially following a discussion with the state's attorney, who informed us and all the families that the student would not be returning to school. You can imagine our surprise when we found out the day before that this person would be at school on the first day. Interestingly enough, the conversation I had with the state's attorney was also a surprise to them. And I was told that it was the district's responsibility to notify me that it was going to happen, which never happened, nor did it happen with the other families. So what does this mean? Well, it's created a tremendous hardship to me and my family because we've been forced to put our child in private school, not here in Fannin County where we like them. We had to do that for his safety. It was our only option. This board needs to investigate the actions of school staff and determine if you really take student safety seriously. And the reason is because it is the enabling behavior by staff that allows these issues to elevate to this type of level, right? Everybody says, oh, it's East Fannin, it's an elementary school. Well, guess what? When you enable the behavior in 2nd grade and 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, when it gets to middle school, what happens, right? Hopefully, the kids get help, right? Worse, they get suspended or kicked out of school, which has happened, right? Even worse, and which we don't like to talk about, is what Mr. Barnes was talking about and why I'm here today. So I ask you as a board, who we have faith in, to take our children's safety seriously, right? Please have the integrity to act. Don't just talk about it. Don't give us empty words. Actually act and show us that you truly, truly, truly care about student safety and look into this matter. I'm available 24/7 if you'd like to discuss it. And thank you for your time. And again, thank you for your service. I understand what it means to sit there. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Mr. Lindsay, thank you for your time. You're appreciated. Mr. Danner.
Ms. Dillard, our last public comment is Mr. Charles Fish. He wants to speak on the GOP updates.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Fish.
Howdy, everybody. I am Charles Fish. I live over in Epworth. I am the current Fannin County GOP chair, and I just want to say thank you, Chairman Cole, Mr. Bearden, Mr. Bourne, Ms. Weeks, Ms. Dillard, Robert Fear the Beard Patterson. that's got to be the greatest beard in school board history. I had to say that. I always give him a hard time about that. My wife says if I grow something like that, she'll bury me in the backyard. But no, I just want to give some updates. Fannin GOP, we are a political affiliate, political organization, but we're more of a, we hash those things out from time to time, whether it be a monthly meeting or at conventions or whatever, but we try to keep things community oriented, and we really believe in focused in our community and our outreach programs. And some of those things that we do coexist with the school. One of the things is our scholarship program that we do for high school scholarships. I just wanted to say that the topic this year, actually the submissions are due April 28th, and the essay topic is conservative versus liberal, a comparative analysis. And basically we'll be giving away 3 $1,000 scholarships. That's one of my favorite nights of the year with the school system, is because you get to see our community come together and what our community does for our kids. And Fannin GOP is very committed to that as well. We have a Republican club at the high school and also the middle school. They need help, they need members. We got some fundraisers coming up between those two groups to help with. We also involved with Back to School Bash. I believe we spent over $2,500 this year, and we're looking to do greater than that next year. We do a fall festival. In the last fall festival, we had some high school members and some school board members take a turn in the Duncan booth, so which is always good. I'd love to see Bobby Bearden in that, by the way. I had to say that, Bobby. Maybe this is your year this year.
Just wait and see.
Yeah. But anyway, we believe in community. We believe in family. Personally, myself, on a personal level, I just want to say to the parents back here that I'm really sorry that happened. It should have never happened, but it did happen. And the only way that we can make a change is be active and be a help. We have to have our house in order first to where we can help our neighbors. Count me in to do all I can to help. Keep it positive. We're united. We are Fannin because we're rebels first. And let's always remember that. Fannin GOP is here to help. As long as I'm chairman, I am pro-community and especially pro-schools. I appreciate everybody here, every staff member, everybody involved in the school system. I'm here to help personally as much as I can. Fannin GOP is here to help with anything whatsoever, but we're not just a political organization. We are a community organization. We believe in community. We believe in our school system. Appreciate every one of y'all. There's a whole lot more to the story. There always is, but we appreciate everything you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fish. Thank you, sir. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is to approve norms of the Fannin County Board of Education. We approve these annually, and then Dr. Roof is going to review those.
All right, thank you again, Board. Thank you, Ms. Dillard. I don't know, at least the beard since 1909, Robert. Go look at that picture back there. Adam Davenport, our first superintendent. Pretty strong beard. So these norms, as Ms. Dillard said, we do review these every year, and I know that you all had the opportunity to look at these ahead of time, and these are, the intent there is to make sure that we're doing things with fidelity and doing things the right way, and these have been vetted by Cognia. They've been vetted by Charter, and also vetted by PKKN. So these are vetted norms for us. However, we do have to ask for approval on these board norms as well. So the first one there is to follow the code of conduct and also conflict of interest. Second, always consider student needs first when making decisions. 3, lead as a united team and meaningfully participate in board meetings and trainings. 4, allow the superintendent to manage the day-to-day operations. 5, realize single members are not a governing body. The authority of the local school board applies to the group and not the individual board members. 6, be respectful and responsive to the community and all stakeholders. 7, provide a fair and timely evaluation to the superintendent. 8, complete an annual board self-assessment. 9, be positive and mindful of how board members' actions in the community or on social media reflect on the whole board. And 10, be prepared for each meeting by reviewing documentation and agendas prior to the meeting date and reaching out to the superintendent if there are questions or concerns that need to be addressed. So with those, that said, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chair, with that said, I'd like to make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Board, we have a recommendation to approve norms of the Fannin County School Board of Education. I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, ma'am. Any discussion? All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is to approve the Feed Fannin lease, and Feed Fannin is one of those community partners that we just work seamlessly with, and they are so beneficial to our community and to our school system, and we're blessed to have this relationship with them. And their lease would actually come up this coming January, but Feed Fannin, that organization actually wants to make improvements to the facility, to their financial contribution and to maintain the house. So I would like to move forward with making a recommendation to go ahead at this date in April to approve the Feed Fannin lease, which would become effective January 1 of 2026, so continue this lease, start January of 2026, and the lease is written to where it renews a year, then automatically renews 5 more years. So that kind of helps us secure our relationship with this wonderful organization. And Ms. Kathy Beck is here with us tonight. And Ms. Beck, thank you for what you do for the community and other members of your organization. Well, thank you all. And with that said, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a recommendation to approve as presented.
So board, we have a recommendation to approve Feed Fannin lease. I will make that motion. I'm looking for a second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
What length are we extending the lease for?
That's for the,
The lease would start, it's written to start on January 1 of 2026. And it's written and has been for years since we've had the relationship with Feed Fannin. It renews for a year, and then after if they want to stay in that lease for a year, and if we want to without the exit clause, then it automatically renews without having to have a board vote for 5 more years. So in essence, we're looking at, it could be up to 6 years.
all in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. So, next item on the agenda is to approve, this is a mouthful, intergovernmental agreement and summer meal contract with Fannin County government. And so, Mr. Drury?
Yes, ma'am. Well, usually me and Miss Martha Williams do this together, so she's the nutrition expert. I just know how to eat, but so I'll try to answer any questions y'all have about it. But this is an agreement with the basically the recreation department where they'll do their summer camp, and we're entering an agreement so we'll provide breakfast and lunch for those students. And you can see from the chart of the cost for that each meal will be. This is set by federal regulation. Ms. Williams said, so those we don't make those numbers up. That they're given to us at that cost. And basically the agreement just goes in that our nutrition department will be running the program, providing the meals. And there's also an addendum there which just says that we're going to be using their kitchen, but it's going to be our employees. They'll make sure it's secured, so there's nobody inside that area. So we make sure that the food is safe, and we're following all the guidelines that we need to follow to make sure we're providing good meals for those students.
So, all right. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Would we have a recommendation to approve intergovernmental agreement and summer meal contract?
Ms. Dillard, do you want to talk about
Fannin
the
County
The transportation
part?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. Let me put a little woe chief on that and back on up. So there you go, Mr. Drury.
Yes, ma'am.
You got me thinking about eating, and
we got to get them there. We got to get them on. There's two things here because the rec department's not technically a government entity, so it's an agreement with the Board of Commissioners and us, but there's two parts to it. Not only do we provide meals, but we also, they enter into a lease agreement with us, so we will provide them with school buses. They are to provide the insurance on the buses, the drivers, we would do any maintenance, but they would cover the cost of it. And they are to find qualified drivers, which usually means they come to us so we can help them with some of our drivers that would like to work during the summer. But just want to make sure y'all know it's not just for the meals, it will be for the transportation as well.
with that said, with a much more sound and solid recommendation, I'd like to
Are we
make.
taking 13 and 14 collectively, or are we going 13, then 14?
We'll
They
just
are
do
separated.
13, and then 14 is a different bus request.
Okay, all right.
So 13 was a two-parter, and it will be approved by the county to help us serve our students in Fannin County. So with that said, Mr. Chair, make a recommendation to approve as presented, and it's those two parts in one agreement. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna say what she said. Does anybody have a motion? That's
scared too.
I don't have any transportation on my list. That's why I'm asking. On number 13, it just says meal contract.
Gotcha. I'm sorry, sir. It's meal contract and the transportation. They've always went hand in hand, and
Okay.
I apologize,
All right.
sir.
Let me try this then. To approve intergovernmental agreement, summer meal, and transportation for the Fannin County government. Do I have a motion?
I'll go out on a limb and say.
All right.
If you don't, Ms. Williams will get me, so.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
And I'll give a second. Any discussion? All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
All right, and Mr. Chair, I'll also clarify with Ms. Stephanie, who does minutes, that you'll make sure that both that is reflected in the minutes, please, ma'am. Thank you. All right, Mr. Drury, you got by with that one. Let's do the next one.
Next one's a little more forward. So every year the 4-H usually requests a transportation to their Rock Eagle summer camp. So we take them there, and then we go back and pick them up, and then they will, of course, be responsible for the fuel and the cost of the driver.
So with that said, Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve the UGA Cooperative Extension, known as 4-H, bus use request.
Well, we have a recommendation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, Mr. Drury. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is to approve district financial report. Ms. Nguyen?
Good evening, Madam Superintendent, Board. So we have our February statements for this year. We're at 66.66% completed the year. You can see that we've collected 79.63% of revenue. We're at 51.16% of expenditures on our general fund. And then we've got our capital projects and our special revenues, and then our school nutrition.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Board, we have a recommendation to approve district financial report. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the district financial report, Mr.
Thank
Chair.
you, sir. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? By raised hand. It is unanimous.
Thank you. Ms. Nguyen, next item on the agenda is give us an update on SPLOST, please, ma'am.
We received $772,712.46, and that was collected for what was sold during the month of February. It's 2.5% growth from the prior February.
Excellent. Thank you for that update. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda, I'm going to invite Mr. Mathis forward to present the wireless project for the middle school, staff development center, and transportation.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Mathis?
Good evening, Board. We have completed the high school wireless upgrade that you approved 2 months ago, and everything is running well, thankfully. And so now I would like your permission to move on to the middle school for the upgrade, and also this building and the transportation facility. It will be done by the same company that did the high school, and the total cost is $33,501, and that is a turnkey project paid for out of SPLOST funds.
Excellent. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Board, we have a recommendation to approve the wireless project for the Fannin County Middle School, Staff Development Center, and the transportation. I need a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion?
Does this wrap up all of our facilities, or will there be more?
No, sir. There will be the 3 elementary schools to go.
Okay.
To do what the plan is to do the whole district and school at a time.
And the elementary schools will be completed, well, we'll be looking at them when?
So this is 2 months that we did the high school, probably be 2 months I'll be coming back and asking for the elementary schools. Right. Yes, sir.
All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. And Board, next item on the agenda is personnel, so if I'll give you a minute to get your personnel sheets ready. The first group on the personnel sheet is resignations, and if no one objects, I'd like to take these collectively. All right. And this is resignations of Kathy Brownlee Chastain, Gerald Scott Collier, and Nathan Dean, effective 5/31/2025. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
Okay, again, I'd like to take these collectively. They're all for professional staff. They're all recommendations. They're all pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training requirements, and they're all effective for next school year, 2025-2026. And that would be Logan Daves, Grant Davis, Samantha Goswick, Dr. Jeremy Locke, Alexis Redden, Trudy Smith, and Emily Stone. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
Board, we have a recommendation. I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, ma'am. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is recommendations for substitute employees pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training requirements. And that is Ms. Laura Phillips, bus driver substitute, effective 4/14/2025. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
Board, I need a motion.
So moved.
I'll second it. All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
Thank you, and Mr. Chair, the next item on the agenda is not an action item because you all have already approved the hiring of this individual, but it is a transfer of Christy Sanchez will transfer from Blue Ridge Elementary to Fannin County Middle School for one of the positions that we had advertised for school year 2025-2026. So with that, that is the end of the personnel sheet. So next is superintendent and board member comments. And Mr. Chair, I would first like to recognize and thank now Captain Darvin Couch, and Lieutenant Charlie Yanis, who is now officially our 7th SRO. Again, a testament to one of those community partners. And Mr. Yanis, when he first moved back here, was actually a substitute SRO for the school system, and the sheriff stole him. Well, we played poker well enough to get him back. So welcome back. Yes, sir. And then, of course, Deputy Tony Sirianni, who is faithful being here for us and faithful at West Fannin. So thank you for your service. And I want to publicly thank all 7 SROs. You all are amazing. So, and also we have principals got a little celebration and recognized yesterday by the state superintendent for some rock star stuff that they've been doing with their kids. So I want to invite the principals forward with their banners that they received yesterday, and I want them just to share that with you all. We have recognized them at a previous board meeting when they first were honored with this, but we did not know that it would get state level recognition. And we're one of the few systems that all 5 of our schools were included in this level of recognition. So, all right, who's gonna strut first? All right, Ramsey. Oh, well.
Okay. That's the way the state superintendent did. He popped that banner down there. So this is for math leader at the high school level, and it's for growth. Our high school math teachers and students did an outstanding job. We had one of the highest growths in the state at 45.9%.
We also got the Math Leader Award for our high school credit course for high school algebra in 8th grade. We got a ribbon for high growth of a little more than 10% of growth, but our achievement was already high, and we still scored in the proficiency above 90%. So we got 2 ribbons for that for our 8th grade.
All right, so next we have West Fannin. I'm humbled that I got to accept this because it's nothing that I've done. It's all the faculty, staff, and the students at West Fannin that should be receiving this. But I get to represent them. So We received it for fourth grade growth with 61.7% of our students at or above grade level with a 12.9 point increase from 23-24. And then our fifth grade growth, 78.2% of our students were at or above grade level in reading with a 7.7 increase from 23-24. So our students, staff, and faculty just rocked it out last year on milestones.
Sorry, Allison has one up to us again. All her percentages, I don't have those percentages, but I do have, for third grade gateway growth for literacy as well, and then also for fifth grade growth. And so we got our 2 grade levels. I'm proud of our teachers, and so it is certainly due to their hard work and efforts for me to represent them here today. So thank you.
Blue Ridge Elementary received this literacy growth for third grade growth, and I wanted to say this is just a culmination of pre-K, kindergarten, first, second, and third grade teachers and students. And I would love to take this opportunity to say thank you to this board and former board members for bringing pre-K into our schools, because it is really making a difference.
Sure.
You want us to, Ms. Jenny?
This is, how many other school districts do you know of that every school in the district received?
He didn't give us he being Superintendent Woods, didn't give us a number. Did he ever allude
He
to?
said he could probably just hold it up on his hands. So I think we're in an elite group.
I think that speaks volumes for you guys.
Amen.
Good job.
Follow Miss Jenny's rules.
You'll joke.
We feel the love around here all the time, y'all.
Are we out of center? Are we out? That one?
I'm not going in sideways.
Well, Mr. Chair, with all the kids tonight, our SROs and the principals, mic drop, enough said. It's up to you, sir.
I'm gonna start on this end. This time I've been letting the lady go first for a while, so I'm gonna switch it up and let you go last. I believe
Sorry.
somehow all the women have the last word anyway.
All right, Deb.
That's funny.
Oh, what a great, I love all the sports. I love when we do that. We have football, basketball, we excel at everything, but because of CTAE, the CTSO organization, Deb and I have been able to go and watch them compete, and watch them do their thing right under the nose of the guy examining them, and that's pressure. When you got somebody just watching you, watch us take the grand champion at the one we were at, so that was pretty awesome, and it's good to see them still achieving, and so I'm very proud of them. I'm thankful for all the public comment. Thank you for coming and putting your voice out there. Feed Fannin, what a tremendous work that y'all do. I know a lot of people in the county love that thing. And principals, again, we get to see how much you love the kids. We get to see you on a daily basis, your heart doing that. It might not be every day, but I get to see y'all a lot of times. And I'm just real proud of you all. And SROs, thank you for your work that you do, keeping our babies safe while you're there. Mr. Beard.
Well, I ain't gonna say much. Ditto to what Mike said. Appreciate everybody who was here at the beginning. The building was full. And fantastic job by our children. That's what it's all about. I'm with Robert. That's what it's all about. And thank every one of you for being here tonight. God bless you.
It was great to have everybody with us today. Like Mr. Beard, and I love to have a packed house for these. I love to have to see the community involvement. We don't have enough time to express the thanks that we really want to say, and I feel like I can say that for everybody that represents the board. I'm so impressed at the accomplishments and the accolades that you guys, the school system, the teachers, that we continue to rack up. I mean, I've lost count. My head spins just trying to keep up with everything that you guys are number one doing, and then all the successes that you're talking about. But it makes me super proud to be a part of this system. I'm humbled to be able to represent our community, being a part of this board. Gosh, just the work you guys are doing in the CTAE, and I don't know all the acronyms, but all those acronyms you spoke about, Mr. Henson, you guys are doing great work. And that leadership, thanks to the leadership and the administration and all the directors, everybody knows there's a trickle-down effect from there. You all do a great job. Darren, I want to thank you for all the work you're doing. I know you're running your tail off with the construction projects that we have going and all the other issues, and I appreciate the updates and all the work. Your head's probably spinning, so I appreciate that. Mr. and Ms. Barnes, thank you guys for speaking, and Mr. Lindsay? I appreciate you for speaking. Appreciate you guys for coming out and speaking. And just thank you all. I appreciate you.
Let me see if this thing's on. Make it quick. Thank you, Feed Fannin. I wasn't questioning anything. I just wanted to make sure y'all got a lengthy a new lease there. So we appreciate what y'all do and look forward to maybe getting over there and helping you guys out. What's that? I know, he's sitting right there. That guy right there. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. And thank you to all the principals and our staff. As always, you guys are awesome. Thank you. And congratulations to Darvin on your promotion and all the work that you guys are doing. And then thank you to Charles Fish for what you do. I know you try to keep everybody active in the GOP party, and thank you for coming tonight and sharing and trying to keep that going. And I will be the first in line if Bobby gets on the dunking team. So
we're gonna get our arm warmed up. Get our arm warmed up.
I'll pay my money.
Bring your money.
Jeannie,
Everybody
bring your
here would be
camera.
on the line.
It's all in love. And lastly, I want to say thank you to the Barnes family and Mr. Lindsay. It's a very serious matter that you guys spoke on, and there's nobody in here more serious, in my opinion, that's coming from me, than the safety of our schools and the safety of our kids. I scream it from the housetop, and I'll keep doing it, and I give you my word that I ain't a liar, that I won't be a liar, because I will also give you my word that I will contact the people that need to be contacted and voice my voice as well, because there is some legislation that needs to be looked at there, with a lot of other legislation in other categories. But thank you for standing for what you believe in, and it takes somebody to get something moving, and hopefully that'll go somewhere. And I think it'd make us all feel safer to know more what's going on. So I get where you're coming from. I got kids in the school. Some of us, others got kids in the schools. And so I just wanted to say, you got my word that I back you up on that, and I will be making my phone calls as well. So thank you. I hope you all have a blessed night.
I get to piggyback off y'all for once. This is nice. Just thank you to everybody who came today here and all the people who watch at home. We appreciate it. And as always, just thank you to all of our faculty and staff. This is a tough time of the year. It's like a roller coaster finishing up the school year. Just hang on tight. Summer's right around the corner. And then just thank you to our SROs. We're super excited to have a new addition. And just thank you to all you do each day. We appreciate that. Mr. Danner, I'm excited y'all are fixing middle school bleachers. That's a long-standing thing. So I was excited. As I seen that, I was like, I've seen those before. So that's exciting to get those done. And then I didn't want to do it when she was here because she was in a hurry, but Miss Sowers and I actually started our teaching careers together at Hiawassee Dam. So she and I go way back. And honestly, even when we were 22, 23 years old teaching together, she stood out then. I remember I covered for her class one time, and I was like, how in the world does she do this? Like, I was ready to sprint back to the job that I had. So she actually has stood out for the duration of her career, and I think sometimes the length of time that she has spent in special education in and itself is an accomplishment. So she knows where I stand on that, but I wanted to say it out loud. And then for the public comments, it's hard. It's hard to come up here and voice your opinion. But when it comes to your kids and the safety of your kids, that's where your passion comes from. I can assure you, just like Robert said, it is not falling on deaf ears. We are working as hard as we possibly can to square some of those issues up. But I appreciate y'all coming out and voicing your opinion, because it does matter, and it does matter to speak up. So I appreciate that, and just have a good night.
With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? It is unanimous. Y'all have a safe trip going home.